I think I have a lovely young lady with me today on Language Police. She's an actress and a model, and she goes by the name of Ufuoma McDermott. Ufuoma, thank you for coming on to Language Police.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, do I assume that with a name like McDermott, that, well, you are obviously Nigerian.
Very.
Aha. But then possibly you're married to someone who is not Nigerian.
Yes. Yes. So it's a bit funny because if you talk to people who are from Warri, they'll be like, you know, it's nothing to them because there's a road called McDermott Road. My husband is English.
Okay.
So he's McDermott. I think originally Irish.
Yes,
he did
yes,
say originally.
With the MC at the beginning, like McGuinness.
Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
Okay.
So I think it's 3 generations down that moved to the UK. So he's English. He's from Plymouth.
Now, I heard you mention Warri just now. So
Yes.
again, do I assume that's where you come from?
Yes. Proudly, fully Urobo to my blood.
Okay. So what do your children speak?
English first, English.
Okay.
Because they're English. But again, because I speak French, I speak French to them and they're picking.
Okay, so you speak French too.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so now you speak English, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
You speak French.
Yes.
You speak a bit of Urobo.
I understand Urobo, but I don't speak.
But you don't speak it.
Yes.
Okay. But I guess everybody speaks Pidgin English.
I don't know about everybody. Me, I speak Pidgin. In fact, that's the first thing I should be saying. I speak Pidgin English well, proudly so, yes.
Do you know whether there's an alphabet in Pidgin English? I'm going to surprise you.
Okay.
Here, actually, have a look. These are the letters and the sounds that belong to the Nigerian Pidgin language.
This is so cool.
Now, there are 29 letters, apparently. I believe they've captured most of the sounds, but there is one sound, one typically Pidgin English sound that I think is missing.
Is missing,
Yeah.
okay. Which?
I think it is the GB.
Like Bosa.
As in Bosa.
Yes, now Ogbono.
As in Bim.
How can you not add GB?
But you see, we've got here Ch, as in
KP? Oh, the
cheer.
KP is there. Pata, pata.
We have KP as in Pata Pata.
Yes.
And I actually
Pafuka.
added Pafuka.
This is so cool. This is so cool.
We have O, as in okra.
Okra.
Yes.
Ogbono.
So you mentioned Ogbono,
yes,
but
and
they
it's there.
captured the O and not
And
the
not the GB.
We have Sh,
Okay.
as
yes,
in shoe
sugar.
and
Yes,
sugar.
My shoe.
And Sa as in Sidon.
Fantastic. This is amazing.
Yes, I love it, really. I love it. Now look at this, measure.
So the J sound is not here. What you have is the J.
No, it is here. If you
Tell me.
check on your second card at the bottom there. In fact, that is the last sound. J, as in measure.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so the transcription for that, the phonetical transcription is a Z with a tail. I don't know.
Yes,
well,
but
okay,
that,
so
but
good.
that is the that is the phonetic transcription in English.
Absolutely. That's in English. You're so right.
Yes.
Well, French as well.
Okay.
Yes, French
Okay.
uses the same transcription.
All
so
right.
It's the Z and the tail.
Okay. So I was
measure.
really blown away when I found this.
This is good.
Yeah.
So at what point is this going to be official?
It is not a question that I can answer. But you see, I have actually discussed it with a few people.
Okay.
And they think Pidgin English should be our official language. Oh, you agree?
I kwankwa. I totally agree. I think so. I think because, you know, if you travel out of your region or out of your state, go somewhere else, the first thing, if you don't speak the native language of those people,
Yes.
the first thing you want to use to try to communicate is Pidgin English.
Pidgin.
It's Pidgin English. The basics will be the same. If I say komot is komot, right? Yeah, there's nowhere else where to be come out.
Yes, quite.
Right? So komot is komot. So I think the basics will be the same. Some things may differ, but I think largely people would understand what you're saying in Pidgin. right, as against trying to speak in English. So yes, I do agree. I think Pidgin should be.
Okay, so let's take this one step further. Can you imagine a situation or a time when somebody from Nigeria gets up to make a presentation or a speech and they're speaking in Pidgin English and translators are translating from Pidgin to English or French, etc., etc. So is that within the realms of possibility?
It's amazing how, you know, people just generally say that knowledge is power, but I like to specifically say that language is power. Because I remember I think it was in my second year, one of my French lecturers, he's now a professor, sorry, Professor Lupeju, you know, said to us, it would amaze us how large Africa can become when we're able to streamline language. And I didn't quite understand. And he said, the hunter in the forest knows something about the animal that he cannot communicate to the biologist because there's a language barrier. The farmer, right, or the herbalist who goes to take certain herbs knows something about this herb that he cannot communicate to the doctor or, you know, to the pharmacist and say, this can cure this, right? Yes. And so language has always been a barrier. And I don't know why Nigeria particularly, we tend to think it's cool, the English is cool, and everything else is uncool. It's the reason why a lot of us would not be able to imagine a time. And for the longest time, I thought it was cool that I couldn't speak my language. You know, when you asked me when I was younger, you asked me, I'd be like, oh, I don't speak Yoruba. Now I shame. I know they fish out them. You know, but at the time, everything around me said it was cool to speak English and not speak my native language, right? So we need to gradually begin to turn that around. And yes, maybe it will start from our leaders going for that UN meeting. And maybe it's not even Pidgin, maybe it's Yoruba, saying, you know what, I want my people in Ogbomosho to hear and understand what it is that I'm saying, right? Yeah. So I will speak in Yoruba, get a translator to translate this into Dutch, into French, and everything else so that all the other world leaders would understand, but my people first.
It's an interesting concept that you promote, really. It is an interesting concept. And maybe many more people actually agree with you than you could ever imagine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I say to people, open up your mind, take in as much as you can. One of the reasons why I really, really love Novak Djokovic, you know, he's a tennis player, is the fact that he can speak about 15 languages.
Really?
He's like, for me, he's the polyglot. People feel more drawn to you when you can communicate in their language. And if you have the opportunity and the ability to, why not?
Why not? Yeah. Why not? So, Ufuoma, it's been a very lively and entertaining chat. Thank you so much for taking time out to be part of Language Police. I am going to give you the rank of 2 IC. Do you accept?
Nobody should try me again.